So this morning we talked about the breathing, and there was one woman and she talked about her experience in meditation, so that she had the feeling that she's blocked. And for me it's not a phenomena in meditation, for me this is the daily experience. I feel like I can't breathe anymore, or if I remember, I actually don't remember the feeling that I ever had a good breath, and it's quite sad. I think I'm in my early 20s and I have the feeling I'm not alive anymore, or I'm not alive. It's like the body is walking around, but there's nothing inside, and I'm really ashamed of crying out for help, but I'm not sure what I can do, as I deeply know that there's so much emotion and so much love in me, but it cannot go out. It's like I'm blocked, and I feel like I can't even describe it. It's like I can't relax. If you say to me, relax, or even in meditation, calm down and relax, I can't. It's like, and I'm, maybe it sounds a bit weird, but I'm feeling quite allergic to my breath. I can't getting focused on it, because I think, sorry for these words, but I think, fuck it, this breath, it makes me, I don't know, and so my question is, or I don't even know if it's a question, but I hope that you can be honest with me if I maybe have to stuck with it and getting used to it, or if there's a way to get out of it and be more alive, or get more the feeling of being alive, because sometimes I don't think that I'm living my life. I have more the feeling that I'm living the death. And it's not the death of the thought that I thought, it's more the death in a physical way, and in an emotional way, and in a way of being.
How do you know that you have all this in you? At some point you said, I know I have this love in me. I know this life in me. You said, I know this life and this love is in me. How do you know? What makes you say that? How can you be so sure?
Good question. It feels like that it's a level below, or a layer below. So the first layer is like I'm dying, and on the other hand, I know it. I don't know why I'm knowing it, but it's there. But the first layer around it, it's like, no, I'm dying, and it's like below the dying, there's the emotion and there's the love. But sometimes I think I first have to die, and then I can go to the emotion. And sometimes I even have dreams of it, that I'm staying around, and then I scream and all of the light is coming out of my body, but it's just a dream, and it's not the real life, whatever real life is. But,
So you know for sure it's there?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Seems to me very much alive.
But it doesn't feel like
I know, but there are many people who are contrary to that, feel very much alive, but they're dead. They don't even question the fact that they are walking around dead and totally okay with that. You are more alive than a lot of people I know. And I'm not here in a quiz show. I mean it. And I'm being very, very, I'm being very serious and very responsible in what I'm saying. It seems to me that it is precisely what makes you alive at that early age, to question this, to see this, even to speak as the way you speak, shows me that you are very much alive. So first of all, I want you to step out of that self-imposed, because everything is self-imposed. It's not you. It's not you that are imposing this on yourself. Everything is self-imposed. Because everything is in relation to the self and nothing else. So I want us to step out. I want you to step out of that self-imposed victimhood of where you feel yourself somehow deprived of that what you know there. Because it's there, looming. It's in your eyes, it's in your gaze, it's in your poise, in your demeanor, in energy field that emanates from you. It is all there. Whatever somehow, wherever it came from, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to put you on a couch to analyze you what this, and where it comes from. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that you are here. You are thrusted into this existence as existence yourself, and guess what? You do not have choice. Just as I do not have choice, no one here has choice. It's a choiceless choice. It's something that what this life is about. And you're already making steps to understand this, to connect to this. This to me is a sign of being alive, contrary to what you're saying. Being not satisfied with what you experience, it's a totally fine thing. It's a totally fine thing. At the age you are, at any age it's admirable, but at your age is a must. It's like, it's like this fruit on a tree. We know in its green state, it knows this is not yet. It's yes, I'm already, that whatever that is, little almond, covered by that green fluff layer that will then peel off so that the nut can truly mature. Or that apple, or that peach, or that pear. It knows that there is more sweetness to my being. It knows there is more. There is more juice than now, perhaps what you're experiencing, more kind of like sourness. There's nothing wrong with that. Since when this became wrong? Since when everything is given in a moment? And since when one is completely okay with everything in life? I don't know. Since when it happened? There is this growth. There's this impulse. There's this propensity to grow, to expand. So I want you to welcome that. Welcome that, not to deny that, nor to create any sense of begrudge, let alone disgust. I do not want you to fall victim to the self-disgust. I want you to connect to that inner love that you have. And that inner love, it speaks through your voice, even the tone of your voice. You said fuck, but it's just like it sounded so sweet and so innocent, something, there's something, some ideas come, just like they come, you know, like that great day, this rainy weather, this whatever, monsoon, whatever this comes sometimes and takes us, it's just like, and start playing with our psyche, starts playing with our mind. No, don't do that. Don't allow that. Shake it off. Shake it off.
But how?
Don't worry how. It will happen. Just don't even think of how. That's the intent. The intent that what carries everything. Let that intent carry this through. Nature will take care of the details. Nature, the Mother Nature and your nature are one. It will carry it through how and what, do not worry. It will bring you to the right encounters. It will introduce you to the possibilities where you will be given the choice, not the choice, the chance to experience that love that you have within and life that you have within. Don't fall victim to these self-imposed notions and ideas. Don't make them into a story either. So many people live completely in oblivion and they find it totally okay. Precious gift of life is exchanged for mediocre existence with some kind of entertainment thrown into that. Fine, it's okay, that's fine. If that's at that level of consciousness is the only way to enjoy, we don't want to judge that. But these questions that you posed can only come from a very, very vibrant field of awareness. When you're aware that there is this layer and that layer, that there is the surface layer, that you want to be more tactilely involved with life, you want to connect to the life as you know it. You know there's more. That is aliveness itself. It cannot come from dead. Just if you want some practical advice, you know, like if this should make an impression on you. This should make an impression on you. But as a practical advice, work with what really, where the life forms are. Work with plants, you know, with earth, with soil. You know, make your hands dirty, you know, in nature, you know, in the garden, with animals, you know, with rascal kids, you know, like, let it kind of bring that out of you, that fuck, you know, like, so it's like, yes, it's annoying, it's, you know. So that kind of self-imposed numbness is shaken off. Obviously, seriously. There is nothing wrong with you. Nothing whatsoever. Do you hear me? Nothing. And see this for yourself. And know this. Embrace yourself. And let that warm feeling that you know is there, that warmth, spread everywhere through all the cells. And let it nourish you. And share it. Share it. And you'll see how it will well up. There is inexhaustible power, inexhaustible force of love that is never depleted. You are that source of love. And then don't complain when your heart is broken. because that's, you can't just, you think like I'm gonna halfway through and you go all the way and then almond is cracked and the fruit needs to be taken, tasted. Nut needs to be eaten, it needs to be on the tongue, the sweetness needs to get released, but the hard shell needs to be broken. It's the only reason why we stood there out in the rain and why we blossomed and leaves came. This is why we stood the cold weather in the winter, heat of the sun, just for that, for the sweetness eventually to be tasted by someone. It's quite simple.